My fiancé's estranged family reached out and asked me to help them fix their relationship with him. Me, 28F, and my fiancé, 34M, have been together for 4 years now. He was in a previous marriage before we met that ended in divorce because his ex-wife had a long-term affair. During their marriage, my fiancé was diagnosed with cancer and went through a very tough battle. During that time, his family found out that his wife was cheating on him through a third party, but they didn't tell him because he was very sick. They basically hid the truth from him and let his ex-wife be around him. My fiancé thankfully won his battle, and towards the middle of his recovery, his ex-wife came clean because she felt guilty. She told him that she wanted to come clean before, but his family convinced her to keep quiet for his sake. My fiancé felt betrayed by both his wife and family. When he got better, he divorced and eventually moved away from the city his ex-wife and his family lived in. He very rarely speaks to his family, maybe 2 to 3 times a year, and they tend to be very short and superficial conversations. His relationship with his family is very strained and practically non-existent. I've never met any of his family members for the entire time we've been together. They haven't come to visit and he hasn't gone to visit them. Today, I revived a message on Facebook from what seems to be his older sister. I have no idea how she found me, but she seems to know about my fiancé and I being engaged. Long message short, she asked if I could help reunite my fiancé and his family. She talked about them maybe flying to our city and asked if I could somehow get my fiancé to meet them. I haven't responded to her. I don't know if I should. She explained why they didn't tell him about his cheating wife. According to her, they didn't want to bring any more suffering and pain, which I somehow get. I'm not saying that I agree with what they did or would do something like that. I also very much get and respect how my fiancé feels. Even before the whole cheating thing, my fiancé said he's had other problems with his family in the past. It seems he's always had a difficult relationship with his family. Basically, I wanted to ask, what do you guys think I need to do? Do I try to help them or do I just ignore his sister's message? I think that sometimes in life we might need others to encourage us into doing something we don't want to because it could ultimately benefit us further down the road, but at the same time we shouldn't push/force people into doing just anything. Edit. I am going to tell him about the message regardless. He's coming home later this evening and that's when I'll tell him. I just wanted to beforehand get advice on whether I should encourage him to reconsider the situation if he initially says he doesn't want to do it, or should I not say anything if he says no and drop it forever. Update. Thanks for all the advice, I really appreciate it. I showed my fiancé the message, which is something I always was going to do. He wasn't home when I received it and I was waiting for him to get home. He read it and we ended up having a long conversation after that. He told me more about his relationship with his family members. I already knew since a long time ago that his parents passed away when he was young, which made his upbringing hard. As an adult, he became the most accomplished member of his family and kind of took care and helped his siblings. I knew that they took advantage of him numerous times and he told me a few stories in the past, but he ended up telling me other ones that me thankful we don't have to include them in our lives. My fiancé ended up responding to her from my account and signed the message with his name. His sister replied with a very long message followed by an audio recording accusing me of trying to keep him away from them and calling me a selfish gold-digging bitch. My fiancé and I listened to her audio together and he wanted to respond to her, but I convinced him that it wasn't worth it and that she probably wanted a reaction. I guess it's safe to say I'm never meeting his family, or at least his older sister. Anyway, thanks again for the help.